He has a brand new comedy CD coming out next month. Let's have a big welcome for Keith Lowell Jensen, ladies and gentlemen. Keith Lowell Jensen.
Oh my God. Have you guys tried fucking? Hashtag amazing. It's like all I want to do now. I don't know why I'm here. Why are you guys here? You guys could be fucking. Like each other. Get your priorities straight, that's all I'm saying. You're not paid to be here. Paid to not fuck for 25 minutes. After that, I'm totally free to do as I please. I mean, within limits. There are rules in place for a civilized society. Hey, can we legalize weed? Yeah? This audience is a little split on it. Some of you just, the question snuck up on you. You want a second to think about it? I'll ask it again. How you guys feel about legalizing weed? Yeah? Okay. Here's the problem I have with that. When it was actually on the ballot, I traveled all over the country and asked that at a bunch of comedy clubs, and somehow the shit's still not legal. What the fuck? Are comedy clubs not accurate polling places? For weed? I want it legal, and I mean really legal, not pretend legal like it is now. Because no, when I travel, people are like, oh, California, it's basically legal, right? And I'm like, no! You have to have a legitimate medical issue to get the little card. You gotta have scoliosis or asthma or like freckles. You have something going on. And then you have to go to a strip mall and visit a doctor. You know what it takes to become a doctor? I have a friend that did it. That shit's crazy what they go through. And if you go through all of that to end up sitting next to thrifties in a little storefront, writing recommendations for weed to people who have sore backs, something went really wrong. Your dad spent a lot of money for some bullshit. And the dispensaries are so funny. It's such a crock. I mean, it's just such a weird front. I have one right by my house, and I walk by it all the time. And they have the sign out front, and it has the American Medical Association symbol on it. Like, they're trying to look like a legitimate pharmacy. And it says, all about wellness. That's nice, right? You guys are customers. You're early lappers. You're like, I know this one. But you notice on the sign they wrote it in like Thrasher Skater font? Like you kind of blew it without, because it no longer says all about wellness. It says all about wellness. But I'm still pro-legalization because it's fair, and I don't like the laws against it. They're using them to just destroy the inner city communities, and it's just not cool. And I hate that that's a deciding factor, whether or not I do it. People are like, I don't smoke pot, and so you shouldn't either. Well, okay, but you don't listen to good music or have sex with attractive people either, old man, so how about I decide for me? You shut the fuck up. Have a deal there. And what argument do they have against it? Oh, marijuana, that makes you paranoid. It causes paranoia. Fuck, it must be pretty innocuous if you're still dragging that one out, because that's some weak shit. Marijuana causes paranoia. I mean, it does. I'm not saying it doesn't. Smoking marijuana does cause you to be paranoid, but I have a theory about that. I think it's because you keep fucking arresting people for it. Need a minute? You see the connection? Like I'm saying, if you legalize it, that symptom might go away. Fuck, masturbation will make you paranoid if you live with your parents. Trust me. That's bad instinct to hold it in. You're here to let it out. That's... Get in the front row and then go, I'm not gonna laugh! That's not the idea at all. You're doing it wrong. I like to help. I'm a helper. But I am also conflicted. We're getting to where they're actually considering it on a national level. Ron Paul and Bernie Sanders put together a bill to legalize it nationally, and true, they're both pretty fringe politicians, but that's where it starts, you know? And they're both legitimate politicians. One of them's a total douchebag, and Bernie Sanders is a hero. But the fact that they... I love upsetting the Ron Paul fans. I do suspect they're way more likely than the Bernie Sanders fans to try to fucking kill me, and I know they have guns, so this is foolish of me, but they put together a bill to legalize it nationally, and it's actually getting seriously considered, and that's encouraging. But it's also weird why we're finally willing to consider it. Because, like I said, we have. I mean, it's very destructive to the inner city black community. There's so many people in prison right now for weed, for this harmless fucking thing, weed, you know. But we had a moral stand. We had to keep it illegal because we had a moral stand. And now we're willing to reconsider that moral stand. And why? Because we're fucking broke. Because we're poor. The whole country woke up one morning and went, oh shit, I can't pay my bills. Oh hey, I know. We could sell some weed. And half the people incarcerated right now are going, that sounds like a great fucking idea! You know how that works out! You guys getting emails from Barack Obama? Cool, that means you gave him $5 at some point. People are like, both political parties are about money, goddammit. They're both just all about money. And I was like, yeah, but one of them actually gives a fuck about my $5, and that says something. You know, the other one, it's like walking into Tiffany's with $5. They're like, what the fuck? Get out of here. I got nothing for you, buddy. Go away, not Barack. He's writing me every day. Hey, buddy, 4 years ago you helped me out with $5. I never forgot that. Really? Oh, shit, man. You're all right. That's fucking cool. And the thing, this kind of embarrassing personal thing, but I have to admit, I cannot delete an email from the President of the United States without at least giving it a cursory glance, just in the off chance that he's trying to actually reach me personally. You know? Like one of these days I'm just gonna pop it open, it's gonna be like, Keith, we need you for the campaign. Heard you got some killer weed jokes. Put us over with the stoners, they're kind of sore at me right now. I don't know if it's coming, but I'm checking for it. I'm checking for it every day. I'm also getting robocalls during the election cycle. You guys getting robocalls? Yeah. Man, those are rolling in. When we were kids, if they told us that in the future we'd be getting phone calls from robots, that shit would have sounded way cooler than it actually has turned out to be, wouldn't it? I mean, they're calling to tell us how to vote. Fuck. When Heinlein and Asimov depicted robots trying to enslave us, they made it way sexier and less annoying, didn't they? I had one call me the other day and tell me to vote for Mitt Romney. Yeah, some algorithm went horribly wrong. And I got this robot on the line telling me to vote for Mitt Romney, and I was polite. I kept my cool. I was like, listen, robot. I'm not going to vote for the guy, no matter what. But I do appreciate that you would want to support your own kind. I'll hold that against you. I get one robocall over and over again that starts out, Google! That's right, Google! And we get it so much that it's become a greeting between me and my wife. I come home and I see her and I'm like, Google! And she says, that's right, Google! That's how we start our night together. But it's starting to get annoying, that plus the political calls. And so the other day, I got it, Google, that's right, Google. And I thought, I'm staying on the line, figuring out how to get rid of this shit. And after a little spiel, it says, to talk to a live operator, press 1. I wasn't going to go for that right away. And then, para español, número dos. No, not what I'm looking for. And it never got to cause this machine to self-destruct and rot in hell, dial 666. There's no option for that. So I pressed 1, and I wait, bum, 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 bum. And then the guy comes on, do you want to be on the front page of Google? I'm like, is this another robot? You know, I'm thinking, this is weird. And I realized when he said that, he said, do you want to be on the front page of Google? I realized I had not thought of anything clever to say. I was just mad. I just pressed the button, and then I was like, oh, I'm on the spot. I have to say something. So I said, Google. And the guy appreciated my enthusiasm. And he said, yeah, Google. We get you right on the front page of Google. And I said, Google! And he said, yes! And it's like the best call he's had all day. You know, the other salesman, I pictured him gathering around him like, Tommy's got a live one! You know? And so then he says, yeah, we, we're a search engine optimization service, and we have a highly trademarked set of algorithms that will determine the best blah, 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 blah. And he goes into this really technical speak, trying to explain how they're going to put me on the front page of Google, and it was awfully complicated considering he was talking to an enthusiastic caveman, you know? But I didn't interrupt him, which throws them totally off, because their whole thing is cram in as many words as they can before you cut them off. And I just let him keep talking, and you guys should do that sometime, because they'll stumble right into their personal life. Like, it's fucking weird. Like, oh, my wife doesn't understand. What I do is hard. There's a lot of rejection. Hey, he finishes up his spiel, and I think it all over, and I say, Google. Google. And now he's realizing shit ain't going well. And he says, yeah, Google. Google! He says, and also Yahoo. We'll get you on the front page of Yahoo. And then I said, Google. And he said, and Yahoo. And I said, Google. And then an awesome thing happened. He started playing along. And he says, Yahoo. And I said, Google. And he said, Yahoo, Yahoo, Yahoo. And I said, Google, 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 Google. And two full-grown men, hundreds if not thousands of miles apart from each other, spent like 2 solid minutes just screaming nonsensical but highly trademarked sounds at one another. And then I heard this. All right, man, you have a good weekend, brother. And it's pretty awesome. And I thought, man, this all started as an annoying robocall, and it turned into a beautiful human connection. This is great. Because we don't play as adults. We don't play in silly ways like that. That was some kid stuff, and it was awesome that we played like that, you know? And I thought, that would be really neat if I took this story and I videotaped it, we put it out on YouTube, and maybe it went viral, and maybe this guy saw it, and he's like, oh, we recorded that call, you know, and I could have a drink with him sometime when I'm on the road. That would be neat. And then I thought, fuck, if only I knew a way that I could get this on the front page of Google. They haven't called again since. So if anyone knows, it's something about algorithms or something. So, you guys are fun in Sacramento. I gotta ask, sorry, well, why did you get so excited I was talking about Google? If I can work for him, are you the guy? Oh, that's boring as fuck. Don't interrupt my show for that. I wanted a better answer, Mr. Algorithms. I mean, I know you're gonna control the world, and I should be being nicer to you, because you guys have the power. You're like the fucking wizards of the modern age. Dumb of me to talk shit to you, but I'm gonna go home tonight and my computer's just gonna be fucked. Like, why is my website down? Look, if you have it forward to porn, at least make it good stuff. Can we work out? All right, because I'm giving you an okay show, I think. All right. It's nice. It's nice to be in Sacramento. I live in Sacramento, so it's always fun when I get a chance to perform here. And I know every comedian, no matter where they're from, that's what they say when they come on stage. Nice to be here, and we don't believe them because we're Sacramento. But they mean it. They mean it because Sacramento's not bad. Because you got to understand, we also perform in Winnemucca, Nevada, at Winners Casino, the most ironically named place on the planet. And just recently, I did a gig down in Modesto, and liars. Look, if it's so fucking great, why'd you have to drive this far to go do some comedy show? The other thing, I'll just help you out for next time. I don't know if you all came coupled up, but if any of you were hoping to hook up, like when the dude says Modesto, don't out yourself, because no one knew. No one knew until you, that's us! And then like everyone's like, okay, fucking, that drink I was sending over, cancel that. No, keep that drink going. Modesto girls are easy. No, but I did. I went to Modesto, and my in-laws live there, so I actually enjoy Modesto. I just giving you guys some grief. But I went. I don't know what that was or why my arm did it. The sweater made it happen. But I went down to Modesto. They offered me a gig. I was like, cool, I'll bring the wife and kid. We'll see the in-laws. And I get there, and it's the daytime. We're just hanging out. And my mom-in-law says, hey, you want to go to the big dog park grand opening? And I said, shit, yeah. Because there's dick else happening in Modesto. It was that, or go check out the Starbucks. You know? So we went to the dog park grand opening, and the entire citizenry of Modesto was there. It was like the social event of the century. I think people rented dogs so as not to miss it. If you went to the Modesto dog renting house, they'd be like, sorry buddy, we're wiped out. Got one 3-legged chihuahua in the back, thinks he's a cat. You want? But we go there, and it actually turned out to be really fun. It's good dog park, guys. And I got a 2.5-year-old little girl, so I'm holding her on my hip. And when you have that many dogs off the leash, they move in waves. I mean, there's just waves of dogs almost knocking us over, and we're laughing, and it's actually a lot of fun. And then this big dog stops right in front of us and stops to take a shit. And so we stopped what we were doing to watch. Because when you're 2.5, that's cool, you know. Or when you're me. So we watch the dog, and he takes a shit, and the second that shit hits the ground, this little white mutt just flies from the other side of the park. Gobbles it up. Yeah, sorry. I mean, I didn't do it. It just happened. It's nature. It's something they do. But he just gobbled it right up, and he kept running. And it was so sudden and just surprising. Like the dude with the big dog that was taking a shit was down there about to pick it up. He had the baggie turned inside out on his hand, and then he... Thank you! And then the lady that owned the shit-eating dog comes running by. Excuse me. She's like, sorry, no problem. This is great. But I noticed that she was wearing high heels and a miniskirt. And I don't know if you guys would know this, but people that aren't alcoholics, they actually go to places like dog parks to meet other singles. You know, they go to places like that so they don't meet you guys. What I'm saying is when she put on the high heels and the skirt, I'm thinking there were things about her dog she didn't know. You know? This is kind of a coming out party for this little white dog. Like, Mom, I'm into this! Because he was into it. I mean, it was like, oh, yes! You know, it's not like he bit into it and went, oh my God, that's shit! Why would you leave that there? You bastard! No, it was... So me and my daughter are dying. We're just laughing so hard. And the harder she laughs, the harder I laugh. And then she starts doing this thing that precocious 2.5-year-olds do. She has to keep repeating what was funny while she's laughing. So through her laughter, she's going, Daddy, Daddy, that dog ate that doggy's poop, Daddy. That little white dog ate that dog's poop. And she keeps saying it over and over again. So I start crying. I'm just crying. And I'm thinking, I study comedy. Like, I put a lot of time and energy to it. But I'll never be as funny as that little white shit-eating dog. Like, he should be headlining. That is a funny, funny dog. And while my daughter and I are laughing, this woman standing nearby, I guess she doesn't approve of this brand of father-daughter bonding. And she turns to us and she says, "That was disgusting." And I said, "Well, not really, because that little white dog was totally within the 5-second rule." Thought that was pretty funny. I think maybe I could open for that little white dog in Vegas with that one. No. Hey, my niece just got married. Yeah, that was exciting. She got married to her girlfriend down in Long Beach. And it's really cool. I tell a lot of people that and they go, Long Beach, it's California. It's not legal here yet because we're fucking idiots. But she didn't give a fuck. She said, "You know what? You don't get to tell me if I'm married or not." And she just did it anyway. And I think she's a fucking badass. Yeah. I was just going for the cheap applause break. But no, I really admired her, and it was really cool. And you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the Who's in How the Grinch Stole Christmas. You know? Because we got these Grinches, and these assholes come, and they take everything that the Who's are supposed to have. It's rightfully theirs. They have a right to it. And they're like, you can't have Christmas or marriage or whatever. But when the Who's wake up, they're like, well, that's just a bunch of superficial bullshit, right? And they join hands, and they sing, and they just have Christmas anyway. And fuck you, you nasty old Grinches. And I really like that. And I want us all to remember the happy ending in that story, too. Because what happened with the Grinches? The Grinches heard that singing, they heard that love, and their hearts grew 2 sizes that day. And that's what's going to happen here, I hope. I hope those Grinches' hearts blow up in their fucking chests. I saw a dude that had a tattoo on his arm that's going all around Facebook. He's got a tattoo on his arm, and it's got a quote from Leviticus. And it says, "Thou shalt not lie with a man, as one lies with a woman. It is an abomination." Which means snowmen really dig it. And the reason it's being passed around the internet is that it's from Leviticus, and that's funny, because a couple pages later, Leviticus says, "Thou shalt not get a tattoo, you douchebag." It's almost like this guy just was picking and choosing the parts of the Bible he liked, you know? So he's got this tattoo, "Thou shalt not lie with a man as one lies with a woman." What's funny about it to me is the wording. "Thou shalt not lie with a man as one lies with a woman." I'm not so sure that says don't be gay. I'm thinking that's just advice on positions, isn't it? The Bible's just saying, hey, if you're going to fuck around with a dude, listen. The anatomy's going to be different. Adjust. If you try the missionary position, you might end up frustrated. And possibly injured. Gotta get the legs a little higher. Bible wasn't that specific. The other thing that's funny about it to me, though, is that that dude chose that as his tattoo. By sound of applause, who here has a tattoo on them? So, you know, when you make that decision, that's a very personal decision. You're choosing to put something on your body that's going to be with you for life and after. You're going to take this shit to the grave, you know? And when this guy had that choice to make, what he chose, the sentiment he chose to express to the world was don't fuck dudes. That's what's on his bicep, don't fuck dudes. Which begs the question, how bad is his memory? Because mine's awful, and I never forget not to fuck dudes. You'll never see me wandering around Safeway like, oh fuck, gotta get tofu, and shit, we're out of soy milk, and oh fuck, don't fuck dudes. Oh my god. Almost forgot. Sir, I'm very sorry. I gotta go. I'm not supposed to be in this bathroom. Pardon me. Alright, you guys have been awesome. I gotta get out of here. I'll leave you with one more, so don't clap yet. I do have CDs. I'll be selling them outside, and I hope you buy them. I promise to spend the money on strippers. Alright, knock knock. The atheist. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I forgot. We don't actually knock on your door and bother you when you're doing other things. Oh, and those of you that are afraid to laugh, go ahead. The door knockers aren't here on a Saturday night. Are you fucking kidding me? There's a 2-drink minimum. Come on. You didn't see a bunch of mountain bikes chained up outside, did you? Thank you guys very much. Good night.
Keith Jensen, ladies and gentlemen, let him hear it.